Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Disclaimer. If you recognize yourself or think we may have had a great love story in my head without you being aware of it, don't worry. I mostly have great memories of those. You almost always treated me right. And for the time you made me cry because you flirted with other girls in front of me, I forgive you. You didn't know. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to say, all characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to a real person, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Except if I actually say your name or give your phone number. Then you can safely assume I'm talking about you, Joey Capelito. But let us start by talking about him. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a pretty princess. She had 2 realms, one blue and one pink. She always preferred the pink one to the point where the peasant of the blue castle got really pissed and decided to kidnap her with the help of her best friend, the cat Gros-Batou. Once kidnapped, the princess was really bored and explained to them that they could trust her, and little by little she gained their trust to the point where they let her walk around the blue realm completely free. But one afternoon, Gros-Batou came to hang with her and find her crying because she was so sad being held captive. So he decided to help her escape. He leaves a note to the blue people. I'm going with the princess, but I promise we will come back. And this time she will be happy to be here. I wrote this story when I was 8 and already there was no prince around to be seen. Only a cat best friend. For as long as I can remember, I had a romantic idea of love, star-crossed lover, and other impossible destiny. Love has always been assimilated in my mind to something mysterious and elusive that results from a strong collision with somebody that would change your life forever. This is most likely why I trade the traditional Once Upon a Time for the beginning of Star Wars in my story. From early on, I had predicted a love life where nothing would last and everything would be destined to end badly. And I had completely accepted it by the age of 10 as the price to pay for greatness. How naive of me. Then reality knocked on my door and my parents actually got divorced. Somehow, this became my first and last to date, crushing breaking heart, lived vicariously through my mom. Suddenly, the 2 things I thought I accepted blindly didn't seem so appealing anymore. And from there, on the verge of an heartache, my reaction is always to hide behind my brain. Rational versus emotional, always. But weirdly, I'm still attached to the idea of irrational love. The only time I tried to be rational about it, it was one of the most miserable times of my already imperfect love life. I felt like a fraud. Always torn between what I know and what I feel. For example, I know Ben is not for me, but at the same time, a small part of me still feels that he is perfect for me. So I guess if I could compare my attitude toward love, I would say that I believe in it like a kid believes in Santa Claus around 6 or 7. Everybody at school is telling him that Santa doesn't exist, but he kind of still wants to believe in it against all odds. Holding on to the magic of Christmas for one last year. I still want to believe in the spark, the special connection between 2 people, or at least the amount of it. I was recently talking with Stella and she actually thinks we are junkies. She was telling me, I'm a junkie because I'm addicted to that spark. To this feeling you have when you collide with somebody, these strong feelings, the shock waves, intense. But each high, of course, is followed with a crash phase. And she's so right. But she's way more brave or crazy maybe than I am. She has accepted the crash phase, where I'm more cautious. That's why I never go all in. I just want the high. Speaking of which, There is this guy. I didn't talk to you about him before because, well, first I was all about Ben, and secondly, I didn't know where it was going. So I think it was like a month ago or something like that. I told you about that. Ben was going to make an introduction for me to one of his friends who works at the Ultimate Dream Company. So I had a meeting with her at 9 a.m. 3 weeks ago at the coffee shop around the corner from her office. Well, long story short, she forgot and sent me to meet one of her colleagues who agreed to see me in their office. So I basically checked the guy on their website to know at least what he was doing. And then I arrived and I saw him. Honestly, the guy is super cute. He has like a TV show actor kind of vibe, like, you remember the little intellectual dude Mindy dates in the Mindy Project, the one who plays Katy Perry on his ukulele? Anyway, if you don't remember, you can trust me. He is so cute. And from there, my brain froze. I have absolutely no idea about what we talked about, which is obviously great when you are supposed to meet somebody for a professional reason. But I can tell you, he was wearing a black t-shirt, which goes so well with his dark eyes and brown hair. He is tall and dark, but as soon as he smiles, his whole face lights up. I remember being amused by the fact that he had messy hair and a huge iced coffee. My guess is he had a big night the day before. I must have blacked out during the meeting because I can basically describe every detail of his beautiful face, but that's it. Oh well. I just know that it was not really like a regular networking meeting. We talked more about our mutual friend in the industry than anything else. And we have an inside joke already. How cool is that? Maybe this is finally destiny knocking on my door. If it's a case, I guess the whole Ben debacle had a point all along, to put me in touch with his friend for her to not show up and then for me to meet him, the man of my dream. So many things have been put in motion for me to meet him. It's almost unbelievable. This story was written in the star all along. I know it now. We are so made for each other. No, wait. I need to stay realistic. We are maybe made for each other. I still liked Ben more at this point of the story. Kill me now, trust me, I know. Anyhow, a few days later, I sent him an email to thank him for taking the time for meeting me, even though it was completely unexpected because, you know, I'm a really polite girl. And he responded, making an allusion to our inside joke and offering me to go for another coffee, but this time planned the following week so we would have more time to talk. That was basically when Ben told me that he was single, so you can imagine that it was easier for me to stay easy breezy with Coffee Guy. But it was a nice moment. We flirted a little. I think it was innocent. More in a, I'm happy to meet somebody who knows how to play this game too. I mean, if I think back between two crushes, I usually have at least 6 months of creepy and douchey guys I don't really like. Yeah. So it seems unbelievable at this point to jump from one crush with Ben to another with him. We are talking, it's fun, and suddenly a thought creeps in my mind. Maybe this guy is gay. I mean, he is really gorgeous and almost too well dressed to be straight. He asks about my recent move to New York. We talked about his summer vacation and the fact that he almost did not come back because it was too great. That's my in. I asked if he went alone. Nope, he went with friends. Great, no information. Thank you very much. Except I guess that he's single. Well, this is a good news, if confirmed. At some point, I mentioned that I know it's a touristy thing to say, but I love the Empire State Building. He grew up in New York, but he tells me, I love it too. It's a classic. And I'm like, yeah, it's a classic. Now I know. He's gay. Oh, come on. He loves the Empire State Building? There is no way to find a more phallic building. That must be it. He wants to be my friend. I'm completely relaxed now that I know he's not interested in me in any other function than friend. So I can really joke and be myself. So when the time came for him to leave, I felt it because I saw him glancing at his phone from the corner of his eyes and suddenly getting really agitated. So I asked him if he needed to go, and he said, yes, I'm really sorry, but the time flew by. I was supposed to be back at the office 15 minutes ago. I have a conference call. Me, well, good thing that you are close by then. Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you. When we met at the coffee shop at the beginning, we had a semi-awkward moment because I'm always a bit confused. I never know when to hug, when to shake hands, when to go for the kiss like I would do with other French people. And it was especially weird with him because he kind of really opened the arm halfway, but not completely for a hug. And it was only one arm, and his hand was open too. So I went for the handshake, and at the moment I shook his hand, I see on his face a surprise. So I quickly add, sorry, I'm French, I usually kiss people. He smiles while looking down and says, you should have gone for it, and then turns and leads the way to the table. At this moment, the little voice in my head is screaming, oh my God! So when we are about to leave each other, he looks at me intensely in the eye, grabs me by the neck. Wait, what is he doing? And he goes for the kisses on both cheeks, then say bye and goes away. Okay, maybe he's not gay? And that was it. I dived into the band despair and did not really thought about my maybe gay new friend. And he did not contact me either. To be fair, I didn't give him my cell phone number. Well, it was on my email signature, but I didn't give it to him directly during our coffee. The thing is, since we have so many mutual friends, he actually showed up with friends at Lizzie's birthday last week, but a bit late. We just talked a little, and then his friend decided they needed to go somewhere else. And to be honest, I was focused on PayPal that night, so it was a bit weird, but nice to see each other. We laughed, and he offered to text me if they ended in a cool place. I was really tipsy, so I asked him, are you going to a gay club? He looked at me a bit confused and said, no, should I text you anyway? To which I responded, I don't think you have my number. He laughed and said, well, give it to me then. That's what I did, and then he left. At this moment, I really didn't think he liked me. And now I can't remember if he left before or after I was all over PayPal. He might have seen some flirting, but not the full-on stuff, I guess. Lizzie is sure that he showed up to our birthday because he wanted to see me. She says her friend hinted something like that, but I don't believe it. This guy is way too cute for me. And it's confirmed now. Not gay. He texted way too late, so I responded the day after, and we've been texting for a week. Nothing intense, but just funny random texts. At some point, though, he texted me. At Lizzie's birthday, why did you ask me if we were going to a gay club? ? So I casually responded, I don't know, why not? ? Smiley face. To which he responded, for the record, I don't want you to think I'm gay. So I texted, okay, why not? He responded, wanna go for a drink? ? Okay, he's so perfect. And on top of everything else, he loves the Empire State Building. How romantic is that? He was not going anywhere for Labor Day weekends, so we went for a drink on Monday around 6 p.m. I want to be cautious and patient. I don't want to rush anything. He wants me too. We can finally take the time to figure each other out. I knew from the beginning we were destined to love each other. So we met. I'm dressed cute, but not too sexy. I don't want to add any pressure. I'm already anxious enough. For the first time in so long, a guy who seems normal and available is interested in me, and I like him too. So here we are. I kiss him on both cheeks to say hi this time. As soon as I'm with him, I'm weirdly relaxed. At some point, I don't remember why, we talked about people who are unable to be single, and he says something like, "My ex-girlfriend was like that." I look at him and I ask, "Are you single?" "Hey, you live, you learn." Once again, he seems confused and amused by my question, and he answers, "Yes, I'm single." I feel like there is a story behind all your weird questions, so I want to ask, what kind of guys are you dating? Me. Oh, first, I don't really do dates because I don't get the idea. We don't really do that in France. Him. Wait, what? So I explained the whole concept to him and managed to elude the question about the kind of guys I date because we don't have a week to talk about that. And even if we had that kind of time, whenever I talked about a guy I liked within the last 5 years with Nick, I always add, "But he's not a good example," which is, I think, telling a lot, but not really relevant here. Anyway, we leave the bar together and he walks me to the subway. We stop a bit away from the station and we are face to face. He looks at me. I smile and give him the look. You know, the "you can kiss me" look. He looks back at me and says, "Fuck!" Me completely confused. "Are you okay?" Him. "No, I was hoping you were actually a crazy bitch and I would have an awful time hanging out with you." Me. "Oh, how nice." Him. No, you don't get it. I can really see this going somewhere." Me. "And this is bad because..." Him. "It's not bad, but I'm moving to Uruguay next week." I'm sorry, what?